Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today for a virtual orienteering tour. I'm Madison Kiss, a senior at Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep, a high school in the city, and today I'll be walking each of you through this orienteering course I designed myself. The start of this course is located in an empty parking lot on the side of the Chain of Lakes Road across from the Recruit Equitation Field in Golden Gate Park. I hope all of you can enjoy this informational video and hopefully you can be inspired to challenge yourself to walk the course alone. This course will be available for the next 3 to 4 weeks, so get outside while you can. Now it's time to start the course. You look down at your map and you see I zoom in on a red triangle near the compass. That indicates the start. You now turn your back towards the parking lot and see a yellow pole with the sign START on it. This means you're in the correct spot, you're able to move forward. Now, to find checkpoint number 1, you're looking for a fork in the road. You found it. As you can see here, there's a 31 on the flag. Now you look at your map and you see checkpoint number 1 correlates with number 31 on your map. Now you know every flag you're looking for should have a 31, 32, 33, all the way through 40 number on it. That shows that you're at the right checkpoint. Now you can look back at your map to find which direction you should be moving in next. You now see that checkpoint number 1 is where you're at and you should be walking straight ahead to find checkpoint 2. You can leave checkpoint 1 and walk down the road that was straight in front of you. Now you see a green bench ahead of you, which is where checkpoint 2 is located. You see flag 32 and you know that that would be checkpoint 2. Now you know to follow the same path to your left, walk down that path to find checkpoint number 3. Checkpoint number 3 will be a fork in the road as you look at your map. As you can see, checkpoint 3 is straight in front of you. You walk up and you should see the number 33 on the flag. That shows that you are at checkpoint 3. Now you look at your map again, and as you're at checkpoint 3, you're now looking for 4. This means that you should walk in the right direction as the path from 3 to 4 is to the right. Now you follow this path, which is to your right, signifying that you'll be walking up to checkpoint 4. After following this path for a little while, you'll run into a fork in the road. Now we've made it here. You need to look back at your map to decide which direction to go. You can see that 4 is now slightly to the left, meaning you should not take the path to the right and you should follow the main road that goes slightly left. After deciding to follow this path, you'll be able to see checkpoint 4, which is right ahead of you at that big root system. As you walk up to it, you should see the checkpoint number 34. You now retrace your steps back to where you were originally before you walked up to checkpoint 4. Now you need to decide your way to checkpoint 5. You look at your map and you see that checkpoint 5 should be straight in front of you after you orient yourself with your compass, meaning both arrows on your compass and your map are facing forward. Now you realize you need to follow that path straight in order to get to 5. You walk down the path for a short while and find yourself in an intersection. Now you need to decide to either go left, right, or straight. Look at your map and you see that from checkpoint 4 to checkpoint 5 there's a straight line. This means that you should go straight instead of going off to the left or the right paths. You can see a black dotted line on your map indicating those paths to both your left and your right. After deciding to go straight, you realize you're going to run into another main path in about 5 seconds. After reaching this path, you again need to decide whether to go left or right. You look back at your map and you see that checkpoint 5 is still straight in front of you, and now you see a thin tan line. It's a little bit curved and that shows the direction of the path. You do not want to go left because that will take you back in the direction of checkpoint 3, and so instead you turn right and take that solid brown path down to checkpoint 5. Now, up on your right, you will see an open area of green grass. You look back at your map, and you will now see a small tan indentation right next to checkpoint 5. That is the area you're at right now, meaning you chose the right direction to run on the path. After passing this open area space, you follow the same path until you reach checkpoint 5. This pink flag with the number 35 indicates checkpoint 5. You look back at your map and you see that checkpoint number 5 indeed correlates with the number 35 that you saw on your pink flag, meaning you're going in the correct direction. Now, to move on, you follow that same path you've been walking in order to get yourself to checkpoint 6. You now need to look back at your map to make sure you're going in the correct direction. You look at your map and you see that there's a straight shot from 5 to 6, showing that you need to follow this same path in order to reach checkpoint number 6. If you also noticed, there will be an intersection up ahead, which was indicated by the 4 brown lines that you saw on the map previously. You now finish walking down this path, you turn to your left, and you see at the opening a pink flag indicating checkmark number 6. After reaching checkpoint 6, you need to look back at your map. In order to find 7, it looks as if you need to turn left and follow that main road down. Also notice that 8 and 10, both of those checkpoints are also on that same main road. Keep that in mind for the next couple sections. Now, to get to 7, you look at the intersection and turn left. After leaving 6, you walk down this main road and you look for checkpoint 7, as I had previously stated. You find checkpoint 7 and it's at a man-made bench. You look at the number is 37 on the flag, showing that you are at the correct checkpoint, as number 7 correlates with number 37 on your map. Now, in order to walk to 8, you follow the same steps that I previously lined out. 8 is on the same path as number 7, so you follow this main road for a while. After following this path, you'll need to look back at your map in order to see what you're looking for 8. Checkpoint 8, as you can see, will be a number 38 on the flag, and you'll be looking for a knoll. A knoll is a smaller grassy hill, and that will be seen on your left. When you look up from your map, you see that there's a big green grassy area. You walk towards that, and in a few seconds, you'll see your pink flag. You look for the number on this flag, and you see that it's 38, showing that you've made it to checkpoint 8. The transition from checkpoint 8 to 9 is probably the hardest part. As you can see, between those two checkpoints, there is a blue and orange figure with stripes. That figure represents a swamp or a mossy area that you'll be unable to cross through. Instead, you can see a small dotted path in order to get from 8 to 9. That is the path that you have to take instead. After shifting your map around to have checkpoint 8 be behind you, as it is now, you can see that checkpoint 9 will be on the other side of this path that you should take. You can also see, by looking at the map, that checkpoint 9 will have the same grassy indentation as checkpoint 5 did. Keep that in mind. Now you're walking down this path, and at the edge of this path you will see a large open space. As you look back at your map, you can see a symbol that looks like a baseball field right next to checkpoint 9. That is the open field that you're currently looking at. You look up from your map, now knowing that checkpoint 9 should be directly in front of you along the edge of this baseball field shaped opening. You look down and you see number 39 on the flag. This means that you're at checkpoint 9. You now see that there are 2 exits that you could take. You look back to your map in order to see which one would be more effective. While looking at your map, you see that you're at checkpoint 9 and you need to get to checkpoint 10. The fastest way to get back to checkpoint 10 is to retrace your steps back to the main road. Now that you have chosen the path to the right instead of the path to the left, you can now exit the open space just the direction you came in. As you leave this open area, hopefully you can recognize both the yellow pole as well as that green bench that you passed to get to checkpoint 9. Now you should also see in a couple seconds checkpoint 8, which is on that knoll. I'll zoom in. There it is, that pink flag. Now you want to walk back up to the main road in order to find checkpoint 10. You should now look back at your map in order to see if you should go left or right down the main road. Now that you've looked back at your map, you can see that checkpoint 10 is very close to the beginning of the course. This means you should walk back to the parking lot where you started. You can look back up and notice that the parking lot is to your left, meaning you should follow down the left side of the main road. Now keep in mind the number on your flag should be a 40, as that is checkpoint 10. As you walk further, you now see the parking lot, and you also see a pink flag with the number 40 on it. This means you've finally reached checkpoint 10. You can quickly look back at your map in order to make sure that checkpoint 10 is indeed going to be seen as a number 40 on your pink flag. After confirming your checkpoint 10, you still have one more step, which is to find the finish. The finish is seen on this map as the two double circles on the other side of the parking lot. As you're at checkpoint 10, you should walk diagonally across the parking lot in order to find the finish line. You now look up at the parking lot and you see the direction you should be walking in. After making it roughly halfway across the parking lot, you should lift your head up and look for a yellow post that is identical to the one at the start. You now have successfully found the last checkpoint of this orienteering course. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope this virtual orienteering guide inspires you to leave your homes during this pandemic for a COVID-safe adventure within our own city. Remember, this course will only be up for 3 to 4 weeks, but Golden Gate Park will be available year-round for fun adventures to do with your families. Have fun!